Hello, tonight on Business Live, Ministry of Trade and Industry reconvening the Committee on Foreign Retail Trade to deal with current impasse between Nigerian and Ghanaian trade unions.
We have our investment promotion laws in this country, and the laws of our country are clear as to how trading activities should be conducted in this country and as to who can trade where.
Also tonight, fertilizer manufacturing company Yara commits to ensure there are enough fertilizers on the market to avert a food crisis. And excitement building up with less than 24 hours to the Joy Business Campus Roadshow. We've got that story coming up on tonight's edition of Business Live. Do stay with us. Well, first up tonight, the Ministry of Trade and Industry is reconvening the Committee on Foreign Retail Trade to deal with the current impasse between Nigerian and Ghanaian trade unions. Head of Public Relations for the Trade Ministry, Prince Boateng, condemned an earlier decision by Nigerian trade leaders to walk out on negotiations with their Ghanaian counterparts on a special regime laid out in a joint communique by the governments of Ghana and Nigeria. Speaking earlier on the marketplace, Prince Appiah revealed that the committee will crack the whip on foreign nationals that flout Ghana's retail laws.
We have our investment promotion laws in this country, and the laws of our country are clear as to how trading activities should be conducted in this country and as to who can trade where. We have realized over the years, as you are also equally aware because you've been following this issue for a long time, that some nationals, especially from West Africa, are trying to arrogate powers to themselves that they do not have. The fact that you are a member of ECOWAS does not mean, and I continue to stress this, does not mean that you can decide to flout the laws of this country. Especially now that we even have the African Continental Free Trade Area and Ghana happens to be the host. Does not mean that AFCFTA means free for all. Laws of various countries will have to be respected. And that's exactly what we expect them to do. And so, if we realize that some are trying not to respect our laws, we are telling everybody that we will crack the whip.
When you say you crack the whip, what exactly do you mean?
What I exactly mean is that the committee will be asked, is being asked to reconvene and take the needful actions to get people to respect the laws of our land. The laws are being implemented. They were only halted for particular reasons. If the discussions fail, what it means is that the status quo remains. So what cause does Guta have?
Well, the president of Traders Advocacy Group Ghana, Kojo Martin, says restricting foreigners from trading is a thing of the past. He explained that African countries cannot continue to be hostile under the African Continental Free Trade Area.
TAG believes that the era of fighting other nationals, I'll repeat this, TAG believes the era of fighting other nationals on trade restrictions is a thing of the past. This is so important. We cannot be trading under the African Continental Free Trade Area, popularly known as AFTA, and continue to be hostile to other African countries. AFTA has come to stay, and the government collaborate with traders to promote our local traders the better it will be for all of us.
Well, away from the Ghana-Nigeria retail field, Yara International, a fertilizer manufacturing company, says it will do all it can to ensure there are enough fertilizers on the market. According to the West Africa Regional Director, Dankwa Adoyobo, the current scarcity of fertilizer is a challenge facing the industry worldwide. He, however, believes the situation will change soon as the main planting season is almost over. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of the 11th edition of the annual pre-harvest agribusiness exhibitions and conference event.
The current fertilizer situation in Ghana, I would say, is not Ghana per se, but of course it's in Ghana. It's been impacted by the international fertilizer market. The international fertilizer market has seen very significant increases in prices and also logistics complexities. That this is something we haven't seen in over 10 years. So obviously, when you go into a situation like that, you have affordability issues become a challenge. You have logistics issue become a challenge. So I know that the industry has had a challenge of importation, not probably as much as people expected it to be, availability as much as people expected it to be. But in the midst of all these difficulties, Yara has continued to show commitment, and of course our global strength comes to play in difficult times like this, where we have continued very good imports, we have continued availability of products into the system, but we are one player in the industry, right? And I know that some of the other players have also made efforts, but we also obviously read the challenges of limited fertilizer availability at some moments. I believe that some had come through for the season. Now the main season in the country is going a little bit down. The minor season will pick up again. The challenge would be how do we see the minor season? And I think that is one that is a challenge to all of us in the industry to see what we can do to support the minor season as well.
Meanwhile, Executive Director of Agrihouse Foundation, Alberta Kosa, says she looks forward to over 3,000 participants this year. She is hopeful that in a few years to come, there will be an agri-village, as the chief of Bamvim traditional area has donated a 10-acre land to host the annual pre-harvest agribusiness exhibitions and conference.
We've really had challenges when it comes to where we hold the program, because it's, as I mentioned, it's for 200 people and now we have about 3,000 participants. So last year we made a call to the people in the northern region. They all agree that the platform has been very beneficial to them, but we can't keep on, it belongs to all of us now. We can't keep on moving from one venue to the other. And we are happy today we've been presented with a site plan to commence an agri training and demonstration center, which will house exhibitions, processing and everything. So it's more of a one-stop shop, and then that's where we hope everything will be taking place. For this year, we'll focus the field demonstrations on the land and the training, and then the farmer-buyer dialogue will still continue.
Away from that, let's turn to housing. In a bid to address the increasing housing deficit here in Ghana, Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Development Association, Samuel Megaibo, has lauded real estate company Lakeside Estates for its addition of 110 housing units to the stock here in Ghana. At the launch of the 4-bedroom story project, Mr. Amegaibo said any addition to the housing sector is a step in the right direction.
Real estate company Lakeside Estates has launched the construction of 110 housing units of its new 4-bedroom story houses to meet the increasing demand for story houses. Marketing Director Lawrence D'Souza reveals that the project was initiated to serve the elite or upper-class customers who are interested in such offerings.
Over the years, we have realized that we get demand from customers who love story buildings. Some, even if it is a 1-bedroom, they'll love it to be a story building. So we have taken our time to assess that level of market, and we realize that to satisfy it best, it would have to be not at a lower level, but a little at the upper level of our development. So we came up with this 4-bedroom house with the idea of satisfying that demand, which we have been getting for the past 20 years.
However, these are the specifications of the units.
The 4-bedroom story house welcomes you with a double volume entrance terrace, into an interior transition space which has the main staircase to the upper floors on one side and the dining hall strategically located behind the staircase to offer some level of privacy and access to the staircase. The visitors' washroom is located underneath the second flight of the staircase. On the first floor of the 4-bedroom story house is located an upper lounge for family sitting and relaxation, 2 bedrooms which are all en suite with bathrooms and built-in wardrobes, a master bedroom which comes with a spacious bathroom as already mentioned, and a walk-in closet.
Speaking at the launch, Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Development Association, Samuel Amegaibo, lauded the project, saying, "Any addition to the housing sector is a contribution worth celebrating."
And then coming to the housing stock, as you are aware, in fact, our delivery throughout the country annually is far below what we require. But in spite of the COVID and everything, you can see around, they've cleared the land, and according to them, several of these units have been purchased by, or deposits have been paid against most of them. So no matter what it is, if you add 1 unit to our housing stock, you've done something. Because if you look at even government themselves, if you look at government housing stock addition, there's nothing to write home about. We've heard about several projects that have been commissioned. We don't see them, whether they're on paper or they will come up later, I don't know.
You're watching Business Live. Now, according to the World Bank, Ghana is faced with 12% youth unemployment and more than 50% underemployment, both higher than overall unemployment rates in sub-Saharan African countries. Now, despite major investments by both government and the private sector, the World Bank warns this challenge will intensify if job opportunities remain limited. And if what we saw at the recent jobs fair is anything to go by, then we are really in a difficult place. Tonight on Joy Business Social, we are asking, where are the jobs? I'll be joined by Kweku Agwesi, a sales and marketing executive, also former CEO of Joberman Ghana, and Eric Sanford Kwanche, monitoring and evaluation manager at the Design and Technology Institute. Time is 6 p.m. across our social media platforms. That's in 45 minutes. Don't miss it. Joy Business Social, where are the jobs on our social media platforms tonight? And still to come, excitement building up with less than 24 hours to the Joy Business Campus Roadshow. We'll tell you what to expect at the Valley View University tomorrow. Stay with us.
Welcome to another edition of the Moneylab. Today we'll talk about who a shareholder is. A shareholder is someone who has bought a stake in a company. On the Ghana Stock Exchange, there are listed companies who have shareholders. Now, the shareholder has a claim on the companies that they have bought shares in the following forms. Dividends. When the companies declare profits and agree to share the profits amongst the shareholders, the shareholder is entitled to his share of profits. In addition, when the company decides to split shares or issue bonus shares, the shareholder is entitled to receive his bonus. Another benefit of being a shareholder is capital gains. Now, what are capital gains? Capital gains come about as a result of a shareholder selling their stake in a company for a price higher than what they acquired it for. For example, someone buys shares in Republic Bank at 50 pesos per share. In 6 months, he sells the shares at 1 cedi per share. He has therefore gained 50 pesos or 100% return in his investment.
And welcome back. There's excitement building up as the Valley View University gets ready to host the first edition of the Joy Business Campus Roadshow tomorrow, Friday. The Roadshow is an outreach program that seeks to enable tertiary students access formal sources of career guidance in order to help them make the right occupational choices. Joining me is head of Joy Business, Odilia Ntiamwa, with a look ahead to tomorrow's event. We're just talking about the jobs challenge that we have in this country. We are going to be discussing that on Joy Business Social tonight. And that's why I'm excited that Joy Business is coming out with this initiative, which would guide students with their career choices. So how upbeat are you about tomorrow's event?
I'm too excited. I am just too excited. And this is actually going to be totally different from the kind of programs that other people run on campuses. We're taking people with diverse expectation from agriculture to technology. What we will do initially is do 5-minute presentations to the students. And then after that, every person with the expertise will actually have a different session with the students. And so that's how it's going to be. So you don't have to be boxed listening to something that you're not interested. And of course, whilst we're having the different sessions, if you feel that, okay, you've had something from this place and you want to move to other sessions, you can also have that. And so we will sort of like put things in perspective at the beginning so that the sort of tells the students exactly what we're going to be sharing in the different sessions, and then they'll make a choice and then sit in the different sessions for it.
Okay, and so you're going to be speaking, Dr. Williams Prepar will be speaking. In fact, we'll hear from him very soon. But there are two other speakers I want you to tell us about. What will they be talking about?
Yeah, so Farouk is a techpreneur, and then also Foster is from Stanbic Bank. He's into youth banking, and we particularly are interested in these two people because of the constituency they have. They basically are doing products or in the space of technology, which is actually what these young people are looking to branch into, even if they want to get into entrepreneurship. And so these two men will actually serve that purpose. There's also another person who will also be joining from Blue Skies, who is into agriculture, agro-processing. And so the young people who are also into agro-processing will also have the opportunity to talk to someone from a company that has done this for over 20 years and is willing to share the information.
So is this just for Valley View university students? Anybody can join?
Can you believe that on social media, other students from other schools are already asking us, when are you going to be in Winneba? When are you going to be here? So we're excited. We're actually going to be traveling from campus to campus. Our focus is mainly to be able to help these young people to make decisions way before they come out of school, so that they come out of school prepared. We want to also give them the option of not just waiting to be employed, but looking at what they currently can do to be able to prepare themselves. And that's why there's somebody who will be talking to the students on finance, because we get so much money whilst we're in school, and yet when we're able to save some of it, we probably could start a small business even whilst we're in school. So some of these things are what we'll be doing. We'll be moving from campus to campus. The next places we will share. So we have an MOU with UPSA, and then we have an MOU with the University of Ghana Business School. And so these two schools will be getting ready for us.
Great stuff. So tomorrow at the Valley View University UB campus, 10 to 12 noon, is going to be exciting. Thanks very much. That was head of Joy Business, Odilia Ntiamwa, on the Joy Business Campus Roadshow. I guess we can hear from Chief Finance Officer at the Valley View University as well, Dr. William Prepar, who spoke to us earlier.
That this program will help our students to be able to know the career choices they have to make as they come out of school.
Great.
At the moment, we are expecting, we normally graduate about 2,000 students every year, and this program is going to be a great opener to them and what they should expect. we train the mind, also which relates to the skills. And then the last one was values. That is Christian values, so that when you go out, the student go out, the student will be able to have proper understanding and become a good person and not be a corrupt person. These speakers are renowned young entrepreneurs in the field, and they have been able to make a name for themselves in the field they find themselves. You'll be surprised to know that some of them, with what they learned as their education, is not what they are practicing. So I'm sure they are going to share to us an interesting insight in their life and how to make career choices.
Great.
It is our hope that students, especially from Valley View, would learn from them, and then when they go out, they will become self-employed in the future.
All right, let's turn to some other news for you tonight. Human resource professionals have been advised to reposition themselves in order to adapt to the changing times of the world. Now, according to economist Al-Hassan Andani, it's about time HR professionals rip the old manuals and create new ones to suit the agile form of work. Speaking to Joy Business after the launch of the third cohort of the Yara International HR mentoring program, he applauded the team for actualizing the dream of mentorship.
Rip the old manuals and write your book. That's the advice from economist and former chief executive of Stanbic Bank, Al-Hassan Andani, to human resource managers. According to him, since COVID-19 pandemic has altered work habits across the globe, it's time for HR practitioners to create new paths to remain relevant.
We can no longer operate on those old HR manuals. We've got to rip them off and then rethink and write the new manuals for the new world of work, because the new world of work is a totally different game. Organizations are going to be radically different. They're going to be very agile, changing. Their purpose might be the same, but the way they get it done will change very rapidly. So it's no longer the stable, predictable environment these old HR practices were, written for. So we now need to look at HR management practices that looks to the nature of organizations, and by nature of the organizations, the kind of skill sets that are required to make those organizations profitable or sustainable.
Meanwhile, founder of Kevin Clay People Development, Irene Asari, says the Irene Asari HR mentoring program seeks to help HR professionals learn best ways to ensure productivity in their various places. She indicated that this third cohort is of great importance, especially during the pandemic, where hybrid work has come to stay.
Hybrid working is our reality. We thought initially it would be the new normal and it would go away, but it's here to stay. And I think what that means for us as HR professionals is we have to learn to adapt. We need to learn to think differently. What COVID has taught us is that the world as we saw it and as we know it has completely changed. And therefore, what does that mean for us as practitioners? If, for example, we have individuals that are working from home, individuals that are coming into the office, we're giving people more choice, how do we still continue to nurture the culture? How do we still continue to drive productivity?
Exciting. Well, thanks for watching Business Live tonight. My name is Darryl Kwao. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com. See you same time tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Dori Nando. You can catch up with all the fun on the Cosmopolitan Mix and on all our shows via podcast. Just go to My Joy Online podcast and search for your favorite show and relive those moments all over again. Only on Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
Up close on Reason is Jesus. My name is P.P. Fulton, the Christocentric.